Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Today we're taking a trip down to Flavortown. And Flavortown is just a hop, skip, and a jump to most of you, the people, to your local Walmart. And just like Gordon Ramsay's frozen dinners, Walmart exclusively sells Guy Fieri's Flavortown frozen meals. I've had a couple comments recently to let you, the people, know where these products are made and who they're made by. The only thing I could find was the distributor, which is Golden West Food Group. So I don't know if they're the producer and the distributor. So if any of you, the people, know who the producer is, please let me know in the comments. So the first Guy Fieri's Flavortown meals we're trying is the Sloppy Joe mac and cheese, which is ground beef and pork with enriched macaroni and cheese, which weighs in at 10 ounces and costs $5.94. To me, the classic Sloppy Joe and the classic macaroni and cheese mixed together sounds pretty good. It's a true fusion of American classics, mac and cheese, and Sloppy Joe. Creamy mac and cheese topped with nostalgic, meaty Sloppy Joe sauce. Two simple classics mixed together, it's gotta be good. But apparently by the reviews, it's not very good. I know that there's a lot of people out there that loathe Guy Fieri and Gordon Ramsay. So at this point, I'm not really paying attention to the consumer reviews. So these reviews might be based on the fact that they don't like the chef. But after reviewing Gordon Ramsay's fish and chips yesterday, the reviews were spot on. It was bad. So until I try the Guy Fieri's Sloppy Joe and Macaroni and Cheese Bowl, I'm going to take the 1.6 out of 5 star rating with a grain of salt. Here's the list of ingredients. And in most cases in frozen meals, when beef is used, so is TVP. And there's no TVP in this. Just beef and pork. Major kudos, Guy. The serving size is the whole 10-ounce bowl, as it should be. Unlike Gordon Ramsay's fish and chips that weighed 10 ounces as well, that was broken down into 2 servings. These manufacturers need to be straight up with you, the people. Otherwise, me, the person, is going to call you out on it to the people. So the 10-ounce bowl of Sloppy Joe and macaroni and cheese has 500 calories, 25 grams of total fat, 14 grams of saturated fat, a half a gram of trans fat, 75 milligrams of cholesterol, 940 milligrams of sodium, 43 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of fiber, 7 grams of sugars, and 26 grams of protein. So here's how to heat the Sloppy Joe macaroni and cheese meal in the microwave, which is the only way you can heat it up. Well, it's the only recommended method on the box to heat it up. There's certainly other ways you could heat it up. So here's our Flavortown Sloppy Joe macaroni and cheese bowl right out of the freezer. We vented it per the instructions, and then it went into the microwave for 3 minutes. While that's in the microwave, I wanted to take a second to thank you, the people, whether you've been here from the beginning 11 years ago, or you just recently subscribed, for all of your continued support. It means the world to me. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. You're now officially one of the people. And if you're not subscribed and you want to be one of the people, all you have to do is subscribe. And while you're at it, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you don't like the video, hit the unlike button. And while you're at it, leave a comment, good or bad. I love reading good comments and bad comments. But please remember, it's impossible to reply to every single comment and still put content out to you, the people. 2 more things and I'll shut up and get back to the video. I have some good news. My kitchen will finally be done today. And even though I haven't even tried the Flavortown Sloppy Joe and mac and cheese yet, it sounds so good and easy to make and something my family would love. So if you, the people, want to see a DIY video in my new kitchen of Flavortown's Sloppy Joe and Macaroni and Cheese Bowl, which would more than likely be the first thing I've cooked in the kitchen, let's see if you, the people, can get this video 5,000 likes in 24 hours. I have to realize, when I drink too much coffee, I talk too much. So here's our Sloppy Joe and Macaroni and Cheese Bowl after heating it in the microwave for 3 minutes. Now we're supposed to give it a stir. Visually and aromatically, this has gotta be good. It's certainly very cheesy and very saucy, but there's something missing. I'll comment on that once I taste it. So once we mixed it, put the cover back on and microwave for 1 more minute. So here's our Sloppy Joe and Macaroni and Cheese after microwaving for a total of 4 minutes, and then resting for 2 minutes. Our Flavortown Sloppy Joe and Macaroni and Cheese Bowl is ready. I still don't see something that is supposed to be in here. If you know what it is that I don't see, leave it in the comments. So we gave it a good mix, and it's nice and saucy and very cheesy. This is what I can't figure out. Back to Gordon's meal from yesterday, it weighed 10 ounces, and there wasn't a whole lot of food at all. This also weighs 10 ounces, and it looks like twice as much food. So we went in to get a big spoonful, and unfortunately, somehow it fell off the spoon and into my lap. Luckily, it landed and burned my legs, but they don't work anyway, so it didn't make a difference. Luckily, the family jewels came out okay. They didn't get burnt, blistered, or cooked. Burned legs or not, the show must go on, and we went in and got another big spoonful. This time, we went in OSHA approved, with a paper plate underneath a spoonful of hot food. Which is common sense, but in my defense, I never said I had common sense. So with a paper plate in place as a safety net, we successfully got a big spoonful. This spoonful looks delicious to me, and maybe it was worth a burn. But I still do not spy, with my eye, with something I should spy. And then per SOP, the spoonful went into my old pie hole, and down the gullet it went. I immediately tasted the sweet and tangy Sloppy Joe sauce, mixed in with the cream cheese and the variety of other cheeses, made a super rich, sweet and tangy sauce that was absolutely delicious. The pasta was cooked absolutely perfect al dente and tasted like a good quality pasta. It was a nice hearty pasta that stood up to the rich, creamy, and cheesy sauce. But I still think there's something missing. So I got another big spoonful, OSHA approved, with a paper plate underneath of it. Because as Smokey Bear would say, only you can prevent forest fires and lap burns. Just look at how nice and ooey gooey that cheese is. Now for a second trip into my old pie hole, and down the gullet it went. Visually, have you, the people, been able to figure out what's missing? Unless every bit of it was on the spoonful that fell on my lap, I haven't tasted or felt any meat in the 2 bites I've had so far. But if you look really, really hard and really close, you can actually see a couple pieces of meat. But in all seriousness, that's not enough meat to fill a cavity. If you're gonna call this Sloppy Joe and mac and cheese, I wanna see more of this mixed in with the macaroni and cheese. Not just some Sloppy Joe sauce to give it the Sloppy Joe flavor. I'm not saying that's what they did, but that's what it tastes like. And I have to agree with Guy. That sweet and tangy, rich and creamy, and ooey gooey cheese sauce would taste great on a flip-flop. And since I promised you, the people, that once I hit 1 million subscribers, I would eat a flip-flop, I may have to buy another Guy Fieri's Flavortown Sloppy Joe and Mac and Cheese Bowl. But until then, it's my job to give you, the people, an honest review. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet. At $5.94, this would be an absolute delicious bargain. and I would more than likely give it a 9 out of 10. But come on, man, the meat is a main ingredient in this Sloppy Joe. And with such a minuscule amount of meat in this dish, I think it could be borderline false advertisement. So with that said, this is another simply overpriced, yet delicious, failed attempt at slapping a celebrity's name on an overpriced, inferior product. Which is why I'm giving Guy Fieri's Flavortown Sloppy Joe and Mac and Cheese Bowl a 6 out of 10. Add an ounce or two of meat and you have a 9 out of 10. Or reduce the price and call it Sloppy Joe Flavored Macaroni and Cheese. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.